The Bird family lived in a tall apartment building. The building was in Los Angeles, California. It was a sunny Monday, just like most Mondays there. Hikmat BK was the dad. He was 49 years old. He was reading the news on his iPhone 13. Shanta Bak was the mom. She was 43. She was looking at pictures on her big iPhone 13 Pro Max. Their daughter, Samriddhi P., was 11 years old. She had a brand new iPhone 16. She was playing a game on it. And then there was Mr. Bird, the youngest. He had an older iPhone XR. He used it to watch funny videos of cats. They were a normal family doing normal things on a normal day. Their apartment was on the 10th floor. You could see a lot of the city from their window. You could see other tall buildings. You could see lots of cars on the busy streets below. Samriddhi loved looking out the window. She liked to watch the tiny people walking on the sidewalks. Mr. Bird liked to make faces at the birds that flew by. Hikmat and Shanta liked the view of the mountains far away. They felt safe and happy in their home high up in the sky. The sun was shining brightly, and there wasn't a single cloud to worry about. It was a perfect day. Hikmat was thinking about what to make for dinner, maybe spaghetti. Shanta was texting her sister. Her sister lived far away. Samriddhi was trying to beat her high score in her favorite game. Her fingers moved so fast on the screen of her iPhone 16. Mr. Bird was giggling at a video of a cat falling off a chair. It was a peaceful afternoon. The sounds of the city were just a soft hum in the background. No one knew that their normal day was about to become very, very not normal. They had no idea that something big and scary was coming right for them. Suddenly, Samriddhi looked up from her phone. She said, "My game is glitching." The lights in the apartment flickered for a second. Hikmat looked at his own iPhone 13. "My internet is slow," he said. Shanta put down her iPhone 13 Pro Max. "That's strange," she said. "Everything was working fine a minute ago." Mr. Bird didn't notice anything. He was still watching the cat video, but the feeling in the room started to change. It went from calm and happy to a little bit worried. A strange wind began to push against their windows, making a soft whistling sound that was getting louder and louder. The whistling sound got louder. It was not a normal wind. Hikmat went to the window. He looked outside. The sunny blue sky was gone. Now the sky was a strange color. It was a mix of green and gray. It looked sick. "Shanta, come look at this," he said. His voice was quiet and serious. Shanta walked over to the window. Her eyes got wide. "What is that?" she asked. The clouds were moving in a circle. They were spinning faster and faster. Samriddhi and Mr. Bird came to the window too. They had never seen the sky look so scary. It was like something from a movie. That's when all their phones started buzzing at once. It was a loud, scary sound. An emergency alert. Shanta grabbed her iPhone 13 Pro Max. The message on the screen was big and red. It said, "Tornado warning, take shelter now." A tornado warning? In Los Angeles? That never happens. Hikmat quickly opened the weather app on his iPhone 13. The map showed a big red storm cell right over their part of the city. "It's real," he said. "There's a tornado coming. We need to move. Now." The family looked at each other. They were all very scared. Their hearts were beating fast. "Everyone get your shoes on," Shanta said. Her voice was strong. She was scared, but she knew she had to be the leader. Samriddhi grabbed her iPhone 16. She opened her contacts and called her grandma. "Grandma, we have to go. There's a tornado," she said quickly. Her grandma lived in San Francisco. "Be safe, sweetie," her grandma said. "We'll be waiting for you." Meanwhile, Hikmat was checking a traffic app on his iPhone 13. "The freeways are already getting jammed," he told Shanta. Mr. Bird was holding his iPhone XR tight. He was too scared to even look at it. He just held onto his mom's hand. The building started to shake. A loud, roaring sound filled the air. It sounded like a giant train was driving right through their living room. "We can't stay here," Hikmat yelled over the noise. "This building is too tall. We need to get to the car." Shanta nodded. "Okay, let's go. Stay together. Hold hands." She grabbed the car keys from a bowl by the door. Samriddhi put her phone in her pocket. Mr. Bird started to cry. Hikmat picked him up. The four of them ran for the door, leaving their spaghetti dinner plans and their normal life behind them as the wind howled outside. The family ran down the hallway. The emergency lights were flickering on and off. The roaring sound was even louder out here. They didn't wait for the elevator. Hikmat knew that was a bad idea in an emergency. "The stairs!" he shouted. They pushed open the heavy door to the stairwell. They started running down the stairs. 10 floors is a lot of stairs. Down and down and down they went. Their footsteps echoed in the concrete stairwell. Mr. Bird was still crying in Hikmat's arms. Samriddhi held onto her mom's hands so tight her knuckles were white. Each step felt like it took forever. When they finally got to the parking garage, it was chaos. Car alarms were blaring everywhere. The wind was so strong it was pushing open the garage gate. Rain and leaves were flying inside. Our car! Where is our car? Shanta yelled. She took out her iPhone 13 Pro Max. She used the Find My app to make their car honk. Beep, beep, they heard it. This way, she said, pulling Samriddhi along. They found their silver Toyota Corolla. It was shaking from the wind. They all jumped inside the car. Hikmat locked the doors. They were out of the building, but they were not safe yet. Shanta put the key in the ignition and started the car. The engine roared to life. She carefully drove toward the exit of the garage. Debris was flying through the air outside. A trash can rolled right past their car. Hikmat was using his iPhone 13 to look at the map again. We need to go north, he said. North, away from the storm. The best way to get to the freeway is to take the side streets. He acted like a navigator, telling Shanta where to turn. Turn left here, now a right, he said, his voice calm but urgent. He knew he had to be strong for his family. Samriddhi was in the back seat with Mr. Bird. She was trying to be brave for her little brother. She took out her iPhone 16 and put on a playlist of calm music. It was quiet music, with no words. Listen, Mr. Bird, she said softly. It's just some music. It will help us feel better. Mr. Bird stopped crying. He leaned his head on his sister's shoulder and listened to the music. Shanta drove carefully through the crazy streets. Cars were going in every direction, but the Bird family was a team. They were working together, each person doing their part to help them escape the danger. The drive was long and scary. For hours, Shanta kept her hands tight on the steering wheel. Hikmat kept watching the maps on his iPhone 13, finding clear roads. They saw fallen trees and broken signs. The rain was so heavy that the windshield wipers could barely keep up. But as they drove further and further north, the sky started to change. The dark, sick green color slowly turned to gray. Then the gray got lighter. And then, finally, they saw a little patch of blue sky. The roaring sound of the tornado was gone. It was replaced by the normal hum of the car's engine. They drove for many hours. Mr. Bird fell asleep in the back seat, still leaning on his sister. Samriddhi watched the cities pass by outside the window. She used her iPhone 16 to text her grandma. We are okay. We are on our way, she typed. Her grandma sent back a message with lots of heart emojis. Seeing those hearts made Samriddhi feel a little bit better. Hikmat and Shanta didn't talk much. They were too focused on driving and getting to safety. But sometimes Shanta would reach over and squeeze Hikmat's hand. It was a small way of saying, we're going to be okay. Finally, late at night, they saw the lights of a big bridge. It was the Golden Gate Bridge. They were in San Francisco. They had made it. Shanta drove the Toyota Corolla to her sister's house, which was also Grandma's house. When she parked the car, she turned off the engine. For a moment, nobody moved. They just sat in the quiet car. They were safe. The scary part was over. Hikmat let out a long breath he didn't even know he was holding. He looked at his family. They were all together. That was the only thing that mattered. They were all safe. They got out of the car and their grandma ran out of the house to hug them. You're here. You're safe, she cried. The whole family hugged each other in a big group hug. They were tired and scared, but they were so grateful. They were grateful for their car that got them away. They were grateful for their phones that helped them find the way. But most of all, they were grateful for each other. They had faced a big, scary tornado, and they had escaped because they worked together as a family. Standing there, safe in San Francisco, they knew they could get through anything as long as they had each other.